the girl in a book I read. I had a hard time getting her out of my head. I wondered what it would be like to have her in my bed. Then I messed around and fell in love.
Welcome back to another edition of the Porch Sessions in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, where, as you can tell, we're not on the porch today. We are actually in a great, well, I guess it's not really totally new, but a great comic book store, comics and stuff. And I want to thank you guys for having us here. The place looks great, and you know, I like that name. It's very appropriate, comics and stuff. So we're here with Thomas Jackson. We seem to have a never-ending supply of fantastic artists here in Hattiesburg, and you and I have actually worked together before. We worked on a song together. You played guitar on it. Thank you. It sounded great on that. And you have been playing in the Hattiesburg scene for quite some time now, haven't you?
Yes, pretty long time. I moved down here in 1994 to go to school, and that's been a long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago, was it? I guess it was.
It seems like it.
I hate that. Anyway, so we're not going to touch that topic. We're not going to touch time on today. So, in fact, I think you've played with pretty much at least half of the people that have been on the Porch Sessions.
Pretty much. I mean, you know, Carrie Hudson and Mark Mann and Scott and Lynn. You know, I mean, it's, you know, that's one cool thing about Hattiesburg is you know, it's a community of artists that kind of live and work together, and so if you need a flyer made, there's plenty of people that can draw to make flyers. If you need music for your party or whatever, there's plenty of people to do that too. You know, it's just always been a really kind of artsy kind of town, you know.
I love that about it, and actually I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to kind of talk to you about sort of the sense of community that's here, and you know, and just this draw of this area of artistic people that come here, and also the fact that, like, you know, the South, I think, gets a little bit of a bad reputation sometimes for being unfriendly to people that are slightly left of center, but the reality of it is much different than that. I think we celebrate our artists. We celebrate sort of the eccentricities, if you will. I'm not saying that you're eccentric.
Right. Well, you know, I think you have to be a little bit eccentric to do this sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, you know, no place on earth is completely black and white, good or bad, except for maybe this place. But you know, like, so there's positive. I mean, Mississippi is in a lot of ways no different from anywhere else in the world, and people sort of see it as this isolated place, and that's good and bad. I mean, you know, it's legendary in a way. I mean, you know, blues people and music enthusiasts come here from all over the world, and it's, you know, it's like probably how it is for people here that go to London and go to see, you know, where the Beatles came from and things like that. And that's good and that's bad in a way, because it you know, you want them to come see the real thing, like, you know, like the 1930s are over, and this is
very different
21st
now.
century, and you know, Mississippi is a very thriving place, and I think the fact that, you know, the internet, and, you know, I'm showing my age a little bit with this, but like, the internet has worked in such a way now that, you know, we're a global community, and Mississippi is not as isolated from world culture as it kind of once was in a way. And I think that's part of what the problem was, is that, you know, there was this tendency to be like, well, you know, if it's from somewhere else, we don't want it, it's different and we don't want to mess with it. And I think that generations coming up now are able to be more in touch with the world than, like, you know, when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, you know, the places where comic books and music records were made might as well have been Mars, you know what I mean? Like, because you weren't going to go there. I mean, if you grew up in Plantersville, Mississippi, New York City, and Chicago, and
something you see on TV.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, might as well be the moon, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think what's one of the coolest things about this area now is the fact that, you know, we here on the Porch Sessions, you know, we've only been doing this, I guess, you know, 7 months or so now. We can continue to go on and on and on and not run out of people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very cool. And I think that I love the fact that this is such a hub and such a draw for people like yourself and the other people who've been on here, and also the people that are from here, supportive of that. We were talking a little bit about sort of inspiration and how you get ideas for songs and how you get ideas for just for anything creatively. And you had this idea that you were going to try to write a song a day.
Yes, I was.
How did that work out for you?
I wrote one song.
Here I am eating my oatmeal.
Right,
And,
well, you have to be disciplined to do that, and I guess
you wrote one song.
Well, I wrote
one day.
Right. The idea. I'd read this article. Some singer-songwriter person was saying, write a song a day, even if it's a bad song. Just finish it, and in the week you got 7 songs, and I didn't do that. And I sat down and wrote a song about writing songs, and that's where the song came from, and it was also it's a song called Songwriter Blues, and the lyrics are about writing a song. They're about a unrequited love or a lost love.
Is it a love song for the song?
Right, in a way. I mean, well, it's sort of like most songs are love songs, and this is sort of a play on that. I mean, it's conscious of it's the writer talking about, hey, I'm writing this song, and I'm trying to make it this. But it was also an attempt, just as a guitar nerd, to write a blues song in dadgad, which is not traditionally a blues tuning, even though it's just one string turned a different way. But
cool.
So,
Well, I look forward to hearing it. You're going to play it for us, right?
Yes,
All
sure
right.
am.
Well, we'll be right back with Thomas Jackson and Songwriters Blues on the Porch Sessions in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
There are plenty of words to write. The memories running through my mind. Well, I've got plenty of time, writing songs about you every day. Honey, I drank my way out of Mobile, played my way on up to Nashville, got myself a big old record deal, writing songs about you every day. Writing songs about you every day, trying to drive your memory away, running out of chords to play, writing songs about you every day. Well, I've got all of this fortune and fame, even Mark Man knows my name. The only thing that has not changed, I'm still writing songs about you every day. Writing songs about you every day, I'm trying to drive your memory away. I'll never run out of chords to play, writing songs about you every day.